Hi, I'm Zane from Zanet Design, and today I'm going to look at the colour orange and how it affects you with your web design. I help small businesses create great websites and help my skills and 20 years experience work for you and your business. So today we're going to look at the colour orange. How does the colour orange affect people's perception? When they look at your business, is orange a colour that you should be using as a primary colour, maybe with your logos and your branding? Also, here's a question for you. When you think of orange, the colour orange, what do you associate with it? Write down in the comments below and tell me, when you think of the colour orange, what word or object do you associate with the colour orange? Now, I think one of the things that I can remember, perhaps back in the 80s, when it comes to marketing and the use of the colour orange, was a fantastic piece of marketing by the telecommunications company that we know as Orange. Here we've got the logo of Orange and the simplicity of just the colour orange. An orange box, an orange square, and the words orange written on it, and then trademarked. And at first it was like, why or how is that associated with the phone company as we know it today? Well, that's the beauty of it. It was so different, so radical. Orange isn't been a colour that's particularly used in branding until more recent times. And that was a great example of how orange can be used, particularly to provoke interest. Interestingly, what came first? The orange, as in the fruit, or the colour orange? I was doing some research on that, and really records show that back into the 1300s, the fruit orange came over to the English-speaking countries, and it was only 200 years later that that colour of the fruit was then used to describe the reddy yellow colours that were around at that time. So what came first? Well, the fruit, the orange, back in the 1300s. In the 1500s, then that colour is, as we know it today, has been described as orange. So that's an interest that it's quite a relatively new colour from that perspective. So when you think of orange and you're wanting to use it perhaps as a main colour for your business, what type of thoughts do you think would be in your client's head? Well, let's just take some negative thoughts. First of all, maybe it's viewed as an insincere colour, because red perhaps is that just a bit stronger. So orange looks like it's its kind of younger brother that's not so sincere, not so sure of itself. Maybe inexpensive is often a word described when it comes to looking at orange. It could even be proud in the sense it's trying to be something, but maybe it's not quite as strong as it thinks it is. So it's a proud colour. So those are negative words that might be associated with orange and business. But there are many positive words as well that are associated with orange. We think about it's an adventurous colour. It's flamboyant. It is extrovert in a sense it's still trying to get out there, and it's quite strong in a sense that it is still very much related to the strength of red too. We think of orange as well, maybe it's cheerful. It's a very cheerful colour. So there's an excitement that comes from seeing orange used in web design. It's not a particularly easy colour to use though, but it can stand up on its own. It's independent. Flamboyant is another word that's often used when it comes to orange. Optimistic, enthusiastic is also associated with it. So here we see some businesses that are used orange. We see blogging, we see delivery companies, book companies. Here we've got orange or Fanta being used there. Even with cartoons and broadcasting. In more recent times, SoundCloud, the Home Depot, petroleum gas companies. So entertainment, DIY, communications is very much one that's mentioned there. Aircraft companies use orange. We think about maybe sweets and candy. Think about transportation. So think about your company. Does orange and branding with orange Does it tie in with those types of thoughts, those positive ones we mentioned earlier about being flamboyant and extrovert, being quite strong, maybe a bit proud as well? Would that fit in with the message that you want for your clients when they visit your company? Thank you for listening. That's looking at the colour orange. We hope it's been useful. And if there's any way in which we can answer your questions, then by all means put them down below. Tell us what you think about the colour orange. What word comes to mind when you think of orange? Is it positive or is it negative? I look forward to seeing you again. Make sure you subscribe. We'll see you next time.